my lovely Virgos, this is Debs, and this, of course, is your reading for mid-July 2026. Lovely to be with you, Virgo. Thank you for being here. Now, guys, very interesting. I saw someone heading out into a small garden, and they were frowning because in amongst the beautiful flowers, they could see these little weeds growing underneath, almost insidiously, right? You couldn't really see them unless you looked closely. And so they shot back into the house, got themselves a little trowel, and they started meticulously taking out these weeds, but making sure that they took out the roots as well. They did it very carefully, they did it very slowly, and then they stood back and thought, okay, let me just check the rest of the garden. They did the same in 2 or 3 areas, and then they thought to themselves, I'm just going to go back out next week and have a proper look. Let's just see whether or not I've got rid of the majority of the weeds. And Virgo, that's where the vision ended. So you may be keeping an eye on something that you have tended, you have managed. It might be, Virgo, you were coping with what could have been a very challenging situation, but after doing a little bit of cleaning up, after you have taken a few weeds out, this is you keeping your fingers crossed that everything is just going to settle as long as you keep an eye on it. That's very important. As long as you keep an eye on it. Okay. Arnold's standing up in the corner and he's showing me pesticide. And he's very pointedly throwing it in a bin. So Virgo, this may well be that you're consciously wanting to do this without being harsh. You're consciously wanting to do this without doing anything drastic. You're not spraying pesticide everywhere. No. Okay. Good. All right. Here we go, guys. So the deck that I'm using is a divination deck. I'm still taking 50% of all of my private readings. It helps you. It helps me. So why the hell not, right? If you want to join the channel, the link is there too. And I list all the decks. So Virgo, let's just see what's going on, guys. You are carefully tending a situation. You're keeping your fingers crossed it all goes well. There are no big issues because you don't want to do anything harsh or drastic. Very, very gently, you're taking the weeds out, including the roots, keeping an eye on it. Okay. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for Virgo, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we have for Virgo, please? This is mid-July 2026. Thank you, Michael. I think I saw the Empress. Alrighty. Let's just jump in. Virgo, you could be coming through as the Empress. Let's just see. Unless my eyes were deceiving me. Let's have a look. Yes, Empress at... Oh, okay. Virgo, Empress and the 7 of Wands. Now, you could be feeling a little bit defensive, Virgo, or you may be wanting to stand your ground with an Empress. If you're a masculine energy. So we have the Empress and the 7 of Wands. Okay. Let's see where this goes, guys. Alrighty. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Straight out with the Devil, Capricorn energy. Okay. Yes. Virgo, you have been dealing with a rather difficult, challenging situation. But you have been sitting in self-love, as in, I'm not going to do anything harsh. I'm not going to do anything drastic. I'm just going to sit and keep an eye on the situation whilst keeping myself happy. Okay? That is what you are deciding to do. In the past, my lovely Virgos, there was a sense of victory and success. So symbolically, Virgo, you might have nurtured some beautiful flowers and then planted them outside. You could have grown them from seed. You were very pleased with what you'd achieved. After that time, the Chariot, you move forward in victory and success in whatever way that was. You felt as if things were going in your favor. Beautiful energy. Cancerian energy, Leo for some. In your thoughts now, okay, Virgo, you are either keeping an eye on a situation as an Empress, Queen of Swords, or Virgo, you are thinking about a Queen of Swords, somebody who can be a little bit strategic, wanting things done in a way that might benefit them, okay. You may be keeping an eye on this person, Virgo, male or female. It's almost as if you're wanting to make sure that this Queen of Swords doesn't cause any problems going forward, okay. In the immediate future, we have the Two of Swords. I'm not taking any nonsense here. I'm not allowing this person to cause issues. Everything is nice and calm at the moment. Let's not rock the boat, is the energy coming through. You may be ignoring somebody's comments if they were a bit pointed. You might be avoiding a particular topic of conversation. It's as if, nope, I pulled the weeds out. I'm checking the area for any more weeds. I don't want to do anything drastic. Let's just calm everything down, shall we? I feel, Virgo, you're trying to take charge of a situation here. In your fears, yeah, Seven of Cups. What if other weeds spring up? What if I can't manage this on my own? What if my plan to just remove the weeds very gently now and again, what if that's not enough? What if I'm going to have to get the pesticide out, right? You don't want to do that. No, no, no. In the environment is, I'm hearing a weed that is very difficult to get rid of. This is a weed that has grown up from absolute nowhere. It shot up very quickly because it's desperate to reach the sun. I will not be moved. I will not be removed. I am staying here. Okay. So Virgo, you may have issues with a particular person who is refusing to stay quiet, or they are refusing to accept the situation, whatever the situation is. They are determined to cause a few problems. They are determined that their voice is heard. They are determined, Virgo, to do what they want to do. It's as if you can't get rid of this weed. Now, obviously, Virgo, in the nicest sense, this is someone around you, bless, and I'm sorry if I'm calling somebody a weed here, but you get the symbolism. This is someone, Virgo, who wants to cause problems. This is somebody, Virgo, who may be a bit self-centered. Okay, guys. It's as if I'm going to take over the garden. I don't care if I smother the flowers. Yeah, no, 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 no. I want all the nutrients. But Virgo, you're looking at this massive weed that is determined to keep growing. And you're thinking, oh, no, okay. I might have to get the pesticide out. I might have to do something more about this. But at this point, Virgo, you're not wanting to have to deal with it. It's as if, oh, I can see this flipping weed. I've tried to take it out so many times. I've tried to get rid of it. It's just there. It's just there. In your hopes, Virgo, is the King of Swords. Virgo, you may be hoping to get serious. You may be hoping to speak your piece, to speak your truth. Virgo, this is you thinking, I've got to get tough here. I've got to get rid of this weed. I might have to use my sword to chop it off. I do not want this weed in my beautiful garden. And the outcome? Okay. I'm hearing it's been great, but it's time for you to move on now. Okay. Interesting. It's been great, but it's time for you to move on now. This is you speaking to the weed. Virgo. This is you speaking to the weed. Well, it's been fun. Yes, it's been fun, but I think it's time for you to go now. Yeah. I'm hearing you're taking too much. You're taking too many nutrients out of the soil. You're smothering the flowers. You're causing me a bit of a headache. I think it's time for you to go now. But you're trying to do this gently, Virgo, because you don't want issues with this weed, thinking, yeah, okay, hell no, I'm staying here. This is lovely. I've got nutrients. I've got sunshine. This is wonderful. So Virgo, you are going to be very sensitive in the future, but you're going to speak your truth, and you're almost going to warn this person that unless they back down, unless they aren't quite so selfish, they have to go. Right? Yes. So Virgo, clarification for you is the Two of Wands. You are surveying your territory. You're keeping an eye on things, Virgo. You're standing at crossroads. Am I going to have to get tough with this weed? Right? Knight of Wands. All right. You are ready for any eventuality, is what I'm hearing. You are ready to act quickly with the pesticide. You are ready to act quickly with your sword. If this person continues to be selfish, because this is a weed, Virgo, that is blocking out the sun. This is a weed, Virgo, that's soaking up all the really crucial nutrients. This is a weed, Virgo, that's very difficult to get rid of. And you've been keeping an eye on this weed. Now, Virgo, whoever this weed is, whatever the weed represents, and I'm sorry I'm calling someone a weed here, they're thinking about you sat in the energy of the Hermit. So Virgo, this is someone thinking about you. You're standing back from them. You're not interacting with them. But they know that you are thinking about the situation. They may know, Virgo, that they've caused you problems, but this is someone who is determined to stay put. And they're thinking about the Ten of Pentacles. Yes. Okay. Either, Virgo, this is a third party who simply will not detach and you are getting a bit fed up. I don't know, guys, whether or not you headed towards someone and then you thought, wow, this is a mistake because I can't get rid of them now. Okay, I've got to be honest. Or, Virgo, you may be in a situation where you might have helped someone out extensively financially, but they keep coming back for more, or they keep telling you a sob story, or they keep playing victim. This is someone, Virgo, that you cannot get rid of. This is the quintessential child who sits on your sofa. They say they can't get a job. They say they're broke. And what you're thinking about, Virgo, is they've had it too good for too long. I got to boot this person out. They've got to find themselves a job. They've got to stand on their own 2 feet. You're getting a bit sick of this person, okay? But you love them because they're your child, right? So it could be awkward. This could even be, Virgo, a very nosy neighbour, right? Who keeps peering over the fence, tittle-tattling, because they're jealous that you're sat on the Ten of Pentacles. Take it as it resonates, guys. But you are determined not to let this affect you. You're just consciously keeping an eye on the situation. But this may be a turning point, Virgo, because you are determined to push this person back. Two of Swords, no, you've had enough, or no, not dealing with this anymore, right? So guys, shall we get into this? Archangel Michael, what is the energy of the Devil and the Ace of Cups? You're determined to sit in self-love, Virgo, because you've been through it, I feel. Yeah, the Wheel of Destiny. I think, Virgo, you have moved into a new cycle. You pushed away the energy of the Devil. You're sitting there hoping, Virgo, that there are going to be no more major issues, right? Keeping your fingers crossed, Virgo. Yes. moving into a new cycle, sitting in a beautiful, stable place in your relationship, okay? Or you could be sitting in a very stable place in your home. Alrighty. Three of Wands. You are waiting for your ships to come in. You are considering embracing change. This would be you, Virgo, thinking, okay, when I'm managing the weed situation here, I might plant more flowers. I might go to the garden centre and see if I can find a couple of lovely shrubs, right? You are feeling as if the issues that you faced in the past, hopefully, are done. You're keeping an eye on things, but you're hoping that everything's going to be okay. And you're beginning to look to your future here. Yes. Hopefully, things, Virgo, I'm moving into a new cycle. The old cycle has closed out. Let's think about redecorating the house. Let's think about doing beautiful things with the front terrace. You're hoping that you've managed the weed situation. You're hoping. But with the moon, there's still that fear in the back of your mind. There is still that fear in the back of your mind. Is it enough? Can I relax now? Is it going to be okay now? You don't know. Because whatever the situation was, it was toxic. In the past, guys, with the energy of the Six of Wands, there was victory and success. You managed a situation well. Yes. But you had to be very careful about how you did that. But you manifested victory and success. What was the situation in the past? Okay, Ten of Wands. You couldn't deal with all the weeds. You couldn't deal with the toxicity that grew underneath all the lovely flowers. You couldn't cope with it. Too much. Too much. Too much. Judgment. There might have been issues to do with a Virgo, Scorpio, or Gemini with the energy of the Magician, or this is you, or you could have had issues with a Cancerian or a Sag. Something caused you a burden, Virgo, but you managed to sort it out. You managed to sort it out, although with the energy of the Four of Cups, you weren't very happy with someone. You were a bit cross with someone. Underneath, Virgo, you're a bit cross with someone. Somebody might have apologized for causing you problems, Virgo. You might have said, oh, it's okay, well, these things happen. But underneath, Virgo, you might have just felt cross. I shouldn't have to deal with this, right? It might be somebody got themselves into trouble, somebody got themselves into debt, and you had to pay out. You had to help them, Virgo. Whatever this was, you weren't impressed. You were not impressed. So after that time, guys, you move forward with the energy of the Chariot. Beautiful. You move forward. Victory and success. Yes. But you were consciously aware, Virgo, that maybe having put a lot of time, energy, resources into helping someone in the past, you held on to the rest of your money, or you held back from having to deal with anything else. It's as if, no, I've done what I needed to do. That's that. That's it. How are you feeling in the immediate past? Okay. You were still feeling a little nervous. I hope this situation doesn't come back again. Or I hope I don't have to deal with anything else. But you did move from the Ten of Wands to the Nine of Wands. Again, this is you keeping an eye on the situation. What did you concentrate on, Virgo? You concentrated on your family, maybe your relationship, maybe your kids. You concentrated on the Ten of Cups. You concentrated on the Ten of Cups. And you might have concentrated in particular, Virgo, on a child, a particular child. Or whoever caused you issues in the past, Virgo, might have apologized again And this is you sort of standing there rolling your eyes. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, all right. Well, it's done, right? It's done. I've helped you out. I've sorted out the situation. It's done. You may have realized that this person had finally understood the problems they actually caused you, Virgo. It might have been extensive. And this is this person only just realizing that a situation they got themselves into had caused you a very big problem. They might not have seen it in the past. But Virgo, I think you did, in inverted commas, what you could, the right thing. You might have said to this person, okay, but don't do it again. Or, okay, I've helped you with this. Hopefully you can go off and live your life now. You were keeping your fingers crossed, Virgo, that this wouldn't be an issue that you had to keep going back to. Now, Virgo, there is a slight issue here coming up because we have a Queen of Swords here who is asking questions. We have a Queen of Swords who doesn't seem to be very happy. And I don't think the Queen of Swords is you. This could be somebody else in the mix, Virgo. Tell us about the Queen of Swords. You're thinking about the Queen of Swords. The Star could be an Aquarian. Okay. Virgo, whoever the Queen of Swords is not very happy because she's had to heal from a situation. Not very happy. She seems to be talking about someone receiving some kind of wish fulfillment. And she wants to talk to you about that. And this is you thinking, oh, no, right? Wow. And whoever this Queen of Swords is saying she's heartbroken because you gave someone a wish come true. You gave someone a big opportunity, or you cleared someone's mess for them. And they may feel, Virgo, this was a one-sided situation. What about me type of energy? Yes, whoever this Queen of Swords is wanting you to balance out the situation. Whoever the Queen of Swords is wanting justice. She could be a Libra. What is she wanting justice relating to? Overindulgence. So Virgo, if you helped out someone in the past and it actually entailed you giving this person a lot of support, a lot of money, then this is someone else in the mix who is saying, hang on, this isn't balanced. This is not fair, right? So Virgo, you might have hoped that everything would die down. But this Queen of Swords is not happy. What are you thinking about, Virgo? Yes, that, oh my goodness, this other weed has grown right up in front of me. But Virgo, this is a weed that is not going away. And you're looking at past mistakes, maybe to do with finances. And this is you understanding, okay, I've got to sort something else out now. This is you thinking, God, there seems to be an ongoing issue. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the Two of Swords and the Ace of Wands for my Virgos? Thank you, Michael. The 17th of August. Okay, straight out. 17th of August, 23rd of August, 24th of August. I don't know why we're skipping forward to the 3rd of October. Virgo, this is someone who is putting a bit of pressure on you. This is someone seeing you sat on the 10 of Pentacles. You're not speaking to them. And this is someone who wants a passionate new start. They are making their voice heard very clearly. But Virgo, you may be pretending you can't hear them. Oh, you're unhappy, are you? Oh, sorry about that. Well, this was an issue from the past. Yeah, we had to deal with it, or I had to deal with it. I hope that you can be okay in your life going forward. Virgo, you don't want to hear it. You are pushing this person back. What are they saying? Whoever this is. 10 of Swords. They may be saying, Virgo, but I feel betrayed. But I feel betrayed. What else are they saying? High Priestess. I think you've been keeping a secret from me. Tell us more. The Tower. This is someone who is not willing to admit the truth, Virgo, but they are facing the Tower. This is someone who might have had to push forward quite aggressively in order for them to either get their voice heard or in order to try and keep their head above water. They may not be admitting it, Virgo, but they are feeling as if everything's crumbling in their life. And they're seeing you sitting there silently thinking about the Ten of Pentacles. Virgo, you don't want to hear this. This person might have found out about an Aries and or a Scorpio, okay? Or they could be an Aries or a Scorpio. They could be a Taurian. Virgo, this is someone who wants you to dismantle a very traditional mindset. This person wants you to see the situation in a modern way. This is someone who wants you to acknowledge that something has to be done because they feel, Virgo, that you have taken a situation, you have sorted it out, put a little bow on it, put it in a drawer, tucked it away, and you don't want to look at this again. What they are saying to you is, well, hang on, Virgo. Whatever you did in the past has directly affected me. And even though you think you did the right thing, the traditional thing, we need to look at this again. And this may be you refusing to do it. What else are they thinking about? Oh, they could be thinking about a King of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I'm hearing Scorpio. Okay, with the Tower. Tower is Scorpio. And the Fool. They feel that someone took a leap of faith and a risk. And someone's been keeping a secret. And they feel betrayed. And they are wanting their voice heard. They are wanting their voice heard. Yes, and they're keeping an eye on you, Virgo. They're keeping an eye on the situation. How do they feel? How do they feel? They may feel angry. Because, Virgo, this is someone who is determined that you hear them. But, Virgo, you may look at this person as if they're an irritation. They're a weed. You need to get rid of this person. But Virgo, they are determined that their voice is heard because this is someone angry. This is someone who feels betrayed. This is someone who feels as if you've been keeping a secret. And they are not in a very good situation here, Virgo. They could be a younger fire sign. Nine of Swords. They're having sleepless nights. They're thinking about the Tower. They're thinking about the Ten of Swords. They are not going through a good time here. And Virgo, they want you to work on it. They want you to somehow work on the situation with them so that everything can finally be resolved. But Virgo, look at your energy. It's as if I don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want to talk to you. You could be sat in denial. Or you could be thinking, you know, if I open the door and had a conversation, this might just open a can of worms. I really just don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. What is your opinion here, Virgo? What you're thinking about is you just want to walk away from this. What you're thinking about is, I just want to leave this behind. I don't want anything to do with this. I just want to heal. Four of Swords. I want to walk away from the situation, put the swords up and heal. I want this person to back down. I need to get rid of this situation, right? Two of Pentacles, because Virgo, you may be juggling money if this is financial, or you may be trying to keep yourself balanced. Yeah. Because Virgo, you might have indulged somebody in the past, which as a knock-on effect caused you financial issues. And now you've got this person, right, who is saying to you, hang on, this isn't right, this isn't fair, I'm sat in the Tower, I'm sat in the Ten of Swords, and it's as if you're thinking, I don't even want to talk about it, because I'm sat in the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, right? What are you going to say, if anything, Virgo? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I might be dealing with a feminine. Or Virgo, you might talk about a Queen of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn, and say to whoever this is, I am sorry, but we can no longer talk about this. I don't want to discuss this anymore. Tell us about the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is angry. The Queen of Pentacles might be standing in your corner, Virgo, supporting you, but she's not happy. She's not happy. What is your energy, Virgo, here? Oh, well, we got the King and Queen of Pentacles and a lot of drama and chaos and upset. And you seem to be talking to this person about the Queen of Pentacles. Now, Virgo, if this is a third party who is simply not wanting to let you go, you may say to this third party, I'm sorry, but I'm staying married. I'm sorry, but my wife knows all about this. I'm sorry, but this affair is done. And they are seeing you stay married. Virgo energy with a Hermit, Ten of Pentacles. And it's a Tower moment for them. Because this could have been a third party, Virgo, who was determinedly hanging on to you because they wanted you to commit to them. But you could have patched up things with your wife. Now, contrary to that, Virgo, this could have been a family situation where there was unequal give and take. And after maybe forking out a lot of money to help someone out here, another person is saying, yes, but that was unfair. Why didn't you help me too? And this is you thinking, oh my goodness, well, actually, I can't afford to do it because I overindulged this person in the past. I gave them way too much and now I'm penniless. It's as if you're saying to this person, don't come to me, don't come to me. And they're saying, but I faced a Tower moment, but I'm sat in the Ten of Swords, and you're saying, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And you are standing firm with your Queen of Pentacles. Your Queen of Pentacles may be saying to you, Virgo, we have to stick together because we need to make sure that we're financially stable going forward. Let's have a look at the energy between you, whoever this is. The Strength card, Leo energy. Virgo, I feel this person has been trying not to say anything. They have been trying not to lose it with you. They've been trying not to feel angry with you. And you, Virgo, are consciously holding back from them. But this is a fragile situation. This could blow up at any minute. And you know that. That's why, Virgo, you've been keeping an eye on this. What you're fearing is sitting in emotional confusion. Oh my gosh, well, you know, is this person going to cause me problems in the future? I'm really hoping that this person's just going to go away, right? What you're hoping for, Virgo, is to have the courage to be strong about this, to speak your truth. You may also be hoping, Virgo, for some of you to seek legal counsel. Now, I don't know whether or not this is you trying to figure out a way of balancing things out, or I don't know, Virgo, whether or not you're actually dealing with a third party who is threatening you even, asking you to pay out. Otherwise, they will tell your wife, right? Virgo, I want this amount of money. Otherwise, I'm going to tell your wife that we had a fling. You know, that sort of energy. Very unpleasant. But it could be because this third party is very hurt, Virgo. And this is you thinking, I'm going to have to get tough. I'm going to have to seek legal advice. Because you may be dealing with a stalker issue here who's threatening you, asking you for money. Blackmail, right? Could be. Now, Virgo, the lovely energy we have in the outcome is you managing to sort this out. Managing to sort this out. This is you, Virgo, thinking, rather than doing anything too drastic, which could actually cause more issues in the situation, I am going to play nice, but I'm going to make it very clear that this person needs to go their own way. So, Virgo, who are you saying goodbye to? What is going to be happening here? Okay. Virgo, you may be saying goodbye to a Scorpio. I do care about you, right? But let's not do anything that you might regret here, right? We have to leave this in the past. I hope you understand that. Virgo, you may be trying to placate a Scorpio who was very angry, okay? Or you may be saying to someone, there will be major change because I do care. What you're saying to somebody is, leave it with me. It can't be done immediately, but I do understand that more needs to be done, right? You could just placate this person. So Virgo, you are going to manage to do this. You're going to have to be very gentle, very careful, very diplomatic, yes. You may be saying to this person, I'm so sorry, right? You may be offering this person a small amount, if this is financial. And then that's it. And then that's it. It's almost as if you're saying to someone, that's all you're getting. Okay, sorry, but that's all you're getting. Yeah, if you thought you were going to get the 10 of Pentacles, sorry, no, I do apologize, that's all you're getting. Now, you may also be saying to someone here, I have to protect my child or children, you know. So I'm sorry, I'm staying married because I think it would upset my children if I divorced. It could be something like that. You're passing someone an olive branch, Virgo, saying to this person, diplomatically, I do care, but I think you have to go your own way now. Ace of Swords, that's the truth. Basically, please understand that I can't do what you want me to do. We're going to have to go our separate ways. That's what it feels like. What are you going to do after that? Okay. You're then going to take stock, Virgo, and you may be collaborating with a couple of other people. You may be talking also to a couple of other people about your finances. Yes, you may be talking to a couple of people about your finances. This could be anything, Virgo. You could be locking away your savings. You could be parceling up money. Something like that, Virgo. You are making sure that you lock down what you have left so that everything is fair and just, and your finances, whatever happens, Virgo, are protected. If this is simply a third party who was very upset because they thought that eventually you would leave a partner to be with them, you're basically saying, look, I'm really, really sorry, but we are going to have to leave this. I will always care about you, but I have to think about money. I have to think about my children. I have decided to patch up things with my Queen of Pentacles, okay? And they are just going to have to deal with that. Let's have a look, Virgo, at your energy in the future here. Six of Cups. Virgo, you are thinking about the past. This is you thinking about days in the sunshine, days with your kids running around the garden. You're thinking about happy times. You're thinking about innocent times before all this chaos and drama happened. I feel, Virgo, you're simply wanting to go back to a simpler time. Yes, and I think you are drawing people around you, family around you, because you're recognizing that that's what's important. This could also be reconciliation, Virgo. You could be reconciling a situation within a family. This may have nothing to do with a third-party situation. This may have nothing to do with a past affair, right? You may be thinking the most important thing is that my family all get on and I try to make sure people are happy. That is what you are deciding to concentrate on. Yeah. Yeah. Whilst in the back of your mind, Virgo, what you're thinking about is, it's such a shame it came to this. It's such a shame all this blew up. There's a quiet sense of either you did something wrong, Virgo, and then you were desperately backpedaling, or somebody else caused you a lot of problems and it was a domino effect and it became a much bigger issue and you had to clean up the mess, right? Okay, yeah. Thinking back at the Seven of Swords, thinking back at a situation that just became toxic. Just became toxic, Virgo. Yeah. And this is where it all stemmed from. This is why someone became angry. Because of jealousy, because a situation was unbalanced, because of something hidden, because somebody sat in the Seven of Swords. That's where it all sprung from. You're thinking about this, Virgo, but this is in the past, guys. Okay? That energy is in the past. I think, Virgo, you are consciously wanting to go back to a simpler time. You're going to sit in a place of peace and calm. There's a lovely innocent energy here. Pulling together your kids, your wife, working in partnership, protecting what you have and hoping everything's going to settle down. And I think that's what's going to happen, Virgo, because you are taking charge, handling this delicately, saying, I do care, but this is done, right? Please accept that this is done. Yeah. So my lovely Virgos, let's finish the reading with a message from the universe. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what do we have, please, for my lovely Virgos to close out their reading for mid-July 2026? You are complete. Oh, Virgo, my heart goes out. Okay, bless you, Virgo. You are not broken. Nothing is wrong with you. Don't spend your life fixing problems. Dwell in the beauty of your being. You are enough now and always. I don't know, Virgo, whether or not there was a deep-seated insecurity issue, or even you could have faced childhood wounding and always buried your true feelings about the past. But Virgo, the divine is saying you are complete. You are worthy, right? Nothing is wrong with you. Don't spend your life fixing problems. Maybe for other people, Virgo. Concentrate on you. All right? Beautiful energy. So guys, I am leaving it there. Do let me know if it resonated for you. I am taking 50% off all of my private readings for a limited time only. So if you'd like a reading from me, you can book that with me. My website's down below. But for now, I'm leaving it there. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way. And many blessings, Virgo. Bye, guys.